So the feet underneath the knees and the hips, standing up nice and tall. We're just going to take a few moments to arrive and ground down with the feet. So really kind of press down into your feet and feel the whole soles connected down with the ground. So there's going to be a little gap where the arch of the foot is, and imagine sort of drawing that up. So that activates the legs, lifts the kneecaps a little bit. And then we've got the hips on top of the legs there and the waist, and then the rib cage, which is at neutral, nice long back. And let's just rest the shoulders away from the ears. The jaws soft. All the facial muscles are soft and relaxed. And maybe close your eyes if you're comfortable standing with your eyes closed. So eyelids are very gently soft and closed, and a smooth forehead. So place one hand over the other on your heart space. And just check in, just see how you feel today. Breathe into your hands, and any remainder breath goes into the belly. And then you exhale nice and softly from the belly, out of the lungs and through the nose. So let's keep the left hand at the heart space and the right hand on the belly. And we're just breathing naturally, just checking in. Try and soften your face muscles once more and notice where your shoulders are. Are they just relaxed away from the ears? As we're breathing in and out of the body here, really calming down and focusing on our practice today. So coming back into the breath, you'll notice when you breathe in, the top hand on the heart space expands a little and lifts, and then the remainder of the breath goes into the lower hand and the belly rises. And on the out breath, which is a little longer than the in breath, the bottom hand softens along with the belly, and then the top hand, and then the breath through the nose. Let's focus on doing that for a while. So inhale through the nose, breathing into the heart space, expanding through the ribs at the side, remainder of the breath into the belly, and just pause for a moment, softening the shoulders, and then exhale, the belly softens, the hand softens, and the top hand and the chest as we exhale through the nose. So let's take that again. So inhale into the top hand, into the bottom, pause, exhale, bottom hand softens, as does the top hand. Breathe out through the nose. Inhaling, pause, and exhaling nice and slow. Couple more. Take a breath in when you're ready. Pause at the top and exhale all the way empty. So one more in your own time. Now just let the arms dangle by the sides and tuck the chin in towards the chest as we begin to slowly roll down, making our way to a forward fold ragdoll, but taking it really slowly. So keeping the chin tucked, squeeze for the thyroid there, and slowly roll the spine and the back all the way down, bending the legs. The hamstrings are yet to be warmed up. And then taking each elbow with each hand and gently sway left and right, really slowly and mindfully. Try and let go of the head. Really enjoy this inversion and awakening the back line of the body there. Let the hands come down to the mat. We're going to slowly roll up the way we rolled down. So keep the chin tucked. Slowly come up to standing. Nice and slow, taking your time, stacking each vertebrae to up into Tadasana, mountain pose. And then raise the hands out in front of you. Float them up about shoulder height. And then exhale, float them back down. So 2 more breaths with the arms lifting up in front of you, nice soft elbows. Exhale back down. Okay, so 1 more breath, floating the arms up, keeping everything soft there. And then exhaling, hands back down. We're going to roll back down, so chin tucked into the chest. Start to roll slowly again into your forward fold ragdoll. Taking your time. So keep the belly strong as you roll down. Just let the arms dangle all the way down into your ragdoll, the forward fold. Keeping the legs bent, sending the belly towards the top thighs there. Just breathing gently in and out. Just rock forward and back with the weight on your feet. So notice when the weight goes into the heels and then forward into the toes. Try and let go of the neck if you can. Just rocking backwards and forwards. Now we're slowly hand walking out into a plank. So keep going until you've got nice long arms and long back. Now the legs are still bent at this stage, and we're sending the belly towards the legs, shining the chest down towards the back of the mat and pressing in with our fingertips and our knuckles into our downward facing dog. So we take a breath here and then exhale, roll forward into a plank. So gently come forward into your plank position. So press through the heels, lifting the belly towards the spine, pressing down with the hands. Now bend the knees and then press back into downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And let's do that 1 more time. So you exhale, rolling forward into your plank, pressing through the heels, nice and strong here. And then bend the knees and come back into downward facing dog. Yeah, good job. Now take the right foot into the air and take a look at your toes. So make sure that right leg doesn't go too high. Then look between the hands and step that right foot in between them. And let's lower that back knee. Inhale, let's raise the hands up above the head. Keep the hands up. Exhale in this low lunge here. And begin to sink the hips forward. So the hips are coming towards the mat. Yeah, great. Back toes are tucked. Shoulders are soft. Just breathing gently in and out here. Really feeling that back leg, the hip flexor lengthening. And the front leg, got a nice compression here in the hip crease between the leg and the hip and the belly. Okay, let's bring the fingertips down, framing the front foot, and rock back into half splits. So we're opening the back of the leg now, the hamstring. So maybe pushing down in the heel, if you can. Maybe a few little bounces. Just encourage that hamstring very gently, just to let go a bit. Let's roll forward back into our lunge, raising the hands up, sinking the hips down towards the ground, softening the shoulders, taking a breath in and out here. Yeah, lovely. And on the next exhale, fingertips down, let's rock back 1 more time, opening the hamstring, a little bit of a bounce there. So back into your low lunge and place the palms down, and let's lift that back knee and we'll slide back into downward facing dog. Okay, so we're taking a little bend with each leg, one leg and then the other. Taking our time, sending the heel towards the ground, but of course it doesn't have to touch, but we want long arms and a nice flat back. Now we're raising the left foot into the air now, taking a look at the toes as you raise the foot, then send the gaze between the hands, step it through, coming into your low lunge, keeping the back toes tucked. Let's take an inhale, raise the hands up. Exhale here, softening the shoulders and the face muscles. Inhaling, sinking the hips towards the mat now. Just check your front foot, make sure it's underneath or the ankle's underneath the knee. And try and rest the shoulders away so it's strong in the belly. And on the next exhale, fingertips come down. Let's rock back into half splits, opening the hamstring, or at least lengthening it at the back, not opening it, that'd be weird. So lengthening the hamstring. Just gentle little bounces here. Coming forward again, raising the hands up into our low lunge, but really sending those hips towards the ground. Sinking down, softening the shoulder blades. Just breathing naturally here. Great, fingertips come down, let's rock back. Again, one more time, halfway, half splits. A little jugger, little judder with the knee, gentle bounces, see how it feels. And coming back up one more time into your low lunge, hands above the head. Then exhale, place the palms down. Let's tuck the back toes if they're not already. Lift that back knee and come into downward facing dog. Great, okay. So take 2 cleansing breaths here. So make sure the legs are really bent, so the belly's shining towards the tops of the legs. We're going to take a breath in and then a ha sound on the way out. So ready? Take a breath in and ha. Let's do that a couple more times. Nice breath in and ha. One more time and ha. Right, okay, let's raise that right foot into the air again and circle. Let's do some ankle rolls. So send the foot one way and then the other. Now we're going to step that foot through and come into high lunge this time. So make sure you get a nice strong foundation. You're pressing into the feet and you're lifting the hands up. Great, so really soften that back knee down. So nice long lunge, yeah, great. Gently let the shoulders soften away. So inhale and exhale. Make this pose really strong. Then float the hands down towards the back mat, the back of the mat, and the palms are facing down. Just bring the body forward a little bit. So we're making like a diagonal line. Yeah, great. So the neck's just extending on from the spine there. Now, fingertips down to the mat and try and straighten that front leg. So we're coming into like a wide pyramid shape here. So letting the body fold over that front leg if you can. Another stronger hamstring opener here. Don't worry if the legs are bent, that's fine. Try and sort of let go of the shoulders if you can. Then bend the front leg, place the palms down and slide back into downward facing dog. A little bit of movement here, wherever you need. And the left foot goes into the air. Take a look at the toes and then circle the foot one way, ankle rolls, then the other. Look between the hands, step the left foot through, coming into a high lunge this side. Inhale, raising the hands up. Exhale, softening the hips down a little bit. So really want to have that bend in the back leg. Great, nice job. Breathing gently here. One more breath in. And as you exhale, float the hands down, palms down, and lean forward. Yeah, great. So balancing here, reaching through the fingertips. Now the fingertips come down to the mat and we're straightening the front leg now, coming into that wide stance pyramid. Maybe taking a look at the knee, folding the body over that front leg. Feeling that lengthening at the back of the leg. Breathing naturally, taking your time. Then bend the front leg, place the palms down. We're going to come into downward facing dog, taking a few breaths. Keep the feet together, and as you lower the knees down, keep them wide, almost as wide as the mat. Release the toes, and let's rest down into child pose. So forehead comes down, and we're reaching forward with the arms and the hands. And let's make it active. Let's come up onto the fingertips. So you really feel the armpits opening here. Maybe imagine sending the armpits down towards the ground, along with the tailbone. Send that down towards your feet. And try and ground and root your forehead down a little more. So activated Balasana, child pose. If you want to, you can either just rest the forearms down, make it a little passive. It's up to you. Just take another couple of breaths here. Maybe a little gentle roll of the forehead on the mat, left and right. Getting rid of any frowning, any tension in the forehead. Now let's breathe up to tabletop, and we take some cat-cow breaths here. So inhale, let the belly come down, lift the tailbone, look forward. And let's exhale, drawing the belly in and rounding the spine up. And let's tuck that chin, pressing the floor away with your hand, knees and tops of your feet. Taking a breath in, coming into cow pose. Press the floor away with your fingertips, look forward. And then exhale, rolling that spine up. Let's do that again, inhaling. And exhaling. Good job. Now we're coming into pigeon. So slide the right knee behind the right hand and take that right foot to the side so it's in front of the left hip. Try and extend that left leg behind you. If that's too much, if you can't have the long leg behind, just roll over onto the hip a little bit and we're coming to deer pose. So you can stay like this. So keep the palms either side of the front knee and just take the gaze to the top of the mat. Or if you want to try to come into pigeon, you can stay upright like this. Yeah, just lengthen that leg out behind. Great. Okay, take a few breaths. And on the exhale, try and soften. You'll feel that compression in the front hip here. And maybe in time, or maybe it's in your practice today, you might want to come down onto the forearms. Taking it easy here. Breathing into that compression, no discomfort, just a bit of challenge. We store a lot of emotions in our hips. So, and we're just looking down at our hands or at the mat. Taking it easy. Keeping the belly strong. Always try and keep it a little bit activated to protect the back. Pressing down in the elbows if you've got your forearms down, lifting the shoulders up a little, away from the ground. Okay, on the next in breath, bring the body up to placing the palms down and tuck the back toes and lift that back knee if you can. And let's slide in to downward facing dog. Keeping the big toes together, knees come down a little wider, and let's rest into child pose. So reaching the hands forward, let the forearms connect down this time. Take a couple of breaths here. And raising back up into your tabletop. We'll take another cat-cow, 3 cat-cow breaths. So inhale, lift the gaze and the tailbone, and then exhale, rolling the spine up, tucking the chin. Now the breath in, take a look forward. Exhale, rolling the spine. Tuck that chin. Nice long back of the neck. One more here, inhaling. And exhaling. So we're sliding the left knee behind the left hand now. Scoot the left foot over so it's in line with that right hip, and begin to slide that leg back, either long or bent, it's your choice. So we can either just remain here with the chest facing forward, breathing into that compression of the front leg. So here you've got compression on the front leg and a lengthening in the back. So just check in to see how your hip flexors are feeling. Always be kind to them. And if it's in your practice today, come down onto the forearms, pressing into the elbows. So we're not slouching, the shoulders aren't coming towards the ground, nice and strong. And the gaze is just let your hands or just down onto the mat. And let's check in with our breath. Can we relax our face a little more? Can we just rest into this pigeon pose? And just notice how you feel, what's going on, what can you loosen, what can you adjust or modify. You're still getting the benefits, you don't have to go 100% into the pose. So it's just gently, it's all about lengthening and strengthening and trying to let go of stuff that we don't need. And we're focusing the brain on the body, which is always good, calms the mind. Let's take it easy, one more breath. And if not already, place the palms down and tuck the back toe, nice and strong, lift that back knee and slide into downward facing dog. Great. Now begin to walk the feet really slowly towards the hands, a little baby steps, noticing that the back body is lengthening as you walk up, keeping the legs bent if you need, and coming into a forward fold. So let's just rest here for a moment. If you want, you can either wrap your forearms behind the knees, so you can make sure the legs are really bent, and just let the head hang down. Or another option is to hold each elbow in front of the shins and do a little sway left and right. Great, and let's do a halfway lift. So lift up with the breath, flat back, fingertips on the shins there. And let's exhale all the way back down into forward fold. Now the hands out to the side now. Reach through the fingertips as we come up to standing. Hands float above the head, palms together, and let them rest at the heart space there. Yeah, lovely. Softening the shoulders and let the elbows just point towards the ground. And we're going to take a wider stance and let the toes come off the mat. So they're diagonal, and we're squatting down to into Malasana. So if you can do this squat, even if it's once a day, it's one of the best things for your body. It strengthens and lengthens every part. So we're slowly squatting down, trying to keep the chest up if you can. If the heels come up, that's fine. We're just modifying and working with it as we go. So pressing down into the feet, lifting the chest, maybe the elbows into the inside of the knees. Great. So one more breath here. And then place the hands behind you and lift your feet up into a bent leg boat pose. Yeah, great. Hands behind the knees or back of the thighs. Really draw the thighs up to the chest now. And let's release the hands if you can, just for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross the ankles. Press the fingertips down, lift the hips up and bring them back down again. Coming back into our pose, our boat pose. Releasing the hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross the ankles, hands come down, lift the glutes up and back down. Let's see if we can extend the legs fully or give it a go. The legs don't have to be straight, but try and keep the tops of the thighs close to the belly. Chest up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, cross the ankles, lift the glutes, and then come into an easy seat. We're just going to rest here for a moment. Cross-legged, hands on the knees. Taking a breath in. And taking a breath out. Let's do one more cleansing breath. So inhaling and exhaling. So place the left hand down on the mat, coming into a side bend, raise the other hand up over the head, reach up and just come over into a nice side bend here. So really ground the sit bone down, soften the neck a little bit, reaching out of the waist, breathing gently in and out. Yeah, lovely. Taking it easy. Softening on the exhale. Maybe you can increase the range just 1 more millimeter. And then over to the other side. Raise the left hand above the head first of all. Lift up, inhale, and then exhale, coming over to a side bend. Yeah, lovely. Really feeling that opening of the waist, the side body. And 1 more breath here. And come back to the center. And coming into a spine twist. So twist one way. Lifting out of the waist here. We're pivoting from the thoracic spine. So not the lower back, the mid to upper back. Let's see if we can unlock any stiffness there. But not pushing too much. So effortless spine twist. Take the gaze towards the back shoulder there. And then over to the other side, nice and slow. And let's turn to the front, hands together at the heart space. And let's begin to rub the hands backwards and forwards, creating a lot of heat. If you've got any glasses, just take them off for a moment. So create loads of heat with your hands, rub them backwards and forwards. And then place them on your face and begin to wash your face 9 times. So circling across the face and waking it up a bit. When you've done your 9 cleansing face washes, gently tap the cheeks up over the forehead, top of the head, down the side of the head, down the neck, on the top of the shoulders. Do that a couple more times. Gently tap the face over the head, side, neck, shoulders. 1 more. Really stimulating the nervous system. And let's just place our palms together and rest them at the third eye. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Gently breathing in and out. It's a great opportunity to always give yourself thanks for your practice. Thanks for practicing with me today. Namaste.